So after looking at your last DCA, looking at the sub-pop groups that you guys have in math or reading, have you noticed a group that you need to target and work with before now until STAR?
Yeah, I think I noticed in mine my EBs, they were kind of low, and I think it had a lot to do with just the wording of things, like how things were worded, and so I think going back and just working on some vocabulary with them would probably be a little bit beneficial for them so that they can raise up their scores on that. Would you agree on that, Ashley?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I think
Just
so.
vocabulary building and using context clues for reading.
So what do you guys have planned for rock and review or reviewing for the reading test, math test, get the kids ready?
So I've got the, there's my timer, sorry. They have one for each of the Amazing Race to the Star, one for each unit topical thing that we've gotten, so they'll go through that. I've got about 7 days for the review on that, and so we'll go through, and I think for sure I need to pick the ones that have to do with multiplication and division because they're the lowest in that. But then I'll go and pick, because I have 10 days worth, but I only need 7, so I've got to be able to squeeze in as much as I can. Pick the ones that they were lowest in and focus on those. We're also going to use our win time and guided reading time to do some more skill building and probably work on some problem solving during that time as well.
Nice.
So for reading, we are going to, I've pulled all the old STAR questions and then going to use those texts that they recommended from Lead Forward and then just match whatever our lowest TEKs are with the text, focus on one type of question a day. Our lowest is inferencing in 4th grade, so focus there. And then STAR countdowns when possible. And revise and edit, big focus on Tuesday, Thursdays. With written responses, short constructed, thrown in as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to use that win time as well, because I think we had talked about trying to maybe have an extra tutor come in and rearrange our schedule, but it's going to be too much for us to do that. So we're going to use our win time. So all 3 of us, instead of doing guided reading at this time, we're gonna kind of focus on skill building for certain things that they need. So
yeah,
we'll work together on that.
That will be helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we discussed with the PTA, and they are gonna gather pretzels and goldfish and waters to provide all of the students snacks for both of those testing days.
Okay.
And then I know last year we asked the parents to write each of their kids a star note, and the turnout wasn't as great, and so some kids got star notes, some didn't have anything, and they only got one. And so this year we're going to do something different where we're going to have the staff take 5-10 kids, maybe kids that they've already taught in the past, to give them a word of encouragement so that they can have those. And then we have some PTA members that are willing to write star notes if there's kids that need them.
Okay.
And then something else.
Do we still need to, let me ask you this, do we still need to send out a message to parents to see if they want to do it, or should we not do those things?
I mean, I feel like as much encouragement as they can get is welcomed, so I wouldn't say that they couldn't.
Okay.
But at least this year we'll have, each student will for sure have a star note, both on the math day and reading, because enough teachers are writing so that everybody's going to have one at least.
Okay.
And then the Hawk Boy and Girl Awards. So what were some things that you guys were looking into to pick or give candidates? What's that process look like?
Yeah, so we went through and just kind of talked a little bit about character and set that out as what we were looking for: honesty, integrity, effort, all around good student. And so we are sending out to all the staff to vote for nominate 4th grade boys and girls so that we can put those on a deal to send out so they can vote for them. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get that done.
Nice. Something else that was talked about at the PTA meeting, I guess the PTA is going to be giving I don't know what exactly the Hawk Boy and the Hawk Girl award, I don't know what they get.
I think they told us it was just a trophy of some
Okay.
sort, like a plaque or a trophy or something.
That's engraved or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
With
they'll
their
have their
name
name on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So PTA will be in charge of that, and we'll get that once they have their winner. You guys
Okay.
will get the name to them to be able to put
Yeah.
the engraving on there. Something else that PTA is talking about coming up on April 25th is going to be the fun run. So each of the classes are going to get their own shirt. Hopefully they're white because then we can see the color that they
Okay.
get on. The staff should all get one as well.
Okay.
I know last year's ours were black or purple, so we couldn't really see the
Didn't really
color.
see the colors.
But I know PTA is going to purchase those. PTA's also reached out to the community to be able to accumulate donations
Okay.
because last year it was a competition between kids to see who could raise the most money. And so they have gotten prizes. Last year we had a school dance where all the staff and the students came to that, and then they did did raffle tickets where they each amount of money got you a raffle ticket to put into a drawing, and so
Okay.
the kids will get those donated items for that, and then whoever has the most money collected or turned in, they get a top prize. Like last year, it was a Nintendo Switch.
Oh wow.
Those kinds of things, so the kids are motivated by that.
Okay.
Then we have a committee that's gonna do appreciation for PTA. So all the things PTA's done for us, like lunch or provides us snacks, and I know they have a whole thing planned for teacher appreciation. They're gonna do something for us every day, and we want to give back to them. So do you guys have any ideas of what we could do for them? I know one of the things we suggested, maybe get them a little succulent plant. Just something very minimal, but where we show them appreciation for what they
Yeah.
have done for us.
Are you thinking like each person who's on the PTA kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we were thinking of something small, like the
Something
little,
small.
we have a budget that Judy will give us, so we're not having to come out of pocket for it. But we're thinking of something small yet meaningful.
The second one's cute with like a
Second
little
one's
cute.
with a note.
Yeah.
note.
And I think too, not just from teachers, but like from the kids. So maybe we could have the kids write them
Yeah.
some notes or something, or I don't know.
A
I've
big
seen some of the pictures these
poster
kids
maybe even.
these
Yeah.
kids draw. They're kind of interesting, and they
They're
would be a
fun.
great
Right?
laugh.
Maybe some laughs
So-
and maybe some like we have some serious ones too.
Yeah, we got
though.
some serious ones. We got some that can draw some great
Yeah.
pictures.
Right.
But yeah, I think involving the kids in that too
Yeah.
would be something that we would want to maybe do.
Okay.
I'm thinking about that.
And then I know right now is the time that we're collecting money for the yearbooks, and there'll be a deadline for that.
Okay.
And so the lady that's on the PTA board that's in charge of the yearbooks, she wants to make sure that we are uploading photos to that Google Drive.
Okay.
In the past, we've emailed those photos to her, but maybe it's a more organized way to have it in a Google
Just
Drive.
Dump them all in one space.
And so there'll be a 4th grade folder for you guys to go in, upload those photos.
Okay.
I did receive that, but it's not letting me put them in to do with my. It says like ownership or something.
Okay.
So you might get an email about that,
Okay.
just to give me permission.
I think, do you guys have
Who
Araya
owns it?
Williams?
Wait, Araya
Well,
Williams? No,
we have
Araya
Ramos.
Ramos. Okay.
I think
Um,
it's the same one.
Oh,
Is it the same
okay. Well, her mom, Lupe Ramos or
Uh-huh.
Ray or Williams.
Mom's last
Her
name's
mom is-
Williams.
I
Okay.
think it's her stepmom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So her name's Williams, but the
Yes.
kid's Ramos. Okay.
Right.
Same person. Her mom's
Okay.
the one that's in charge
Oh,
of that.
okay. Okay.
So-
well, we have our own seesaw too.
I
We
would
can
ask
message
her. I bet you can request access, or I don't know what
Okay.
it needs to. Or it's Stacy Ann's the one who's created it. So
Okay.
I am just relaying the message I don't really know who has that, but I can find out
Okay.
so that you
I
can.
bet you could go in there and click on that folder and see who the owner is of it too.
Okay. I'll do that.
You can do that.
Yes. So in the past, last year, the year before, the Lake Tanglewood Church always has a certain amount of money that they want to donate to us, but not directly. They want to purchase something. So in the past, we had a Raz Kids membership that ended, and that's what teachers decided last year, that we wanted the Lake Tanglewood Church money donations to go to. So if you could have a say about what you would want their donation to go to this year, what do you feel like?
Can you explain what the Raz Kids is? I don't know what that is.
So the Raz Kids is a leveled reading system that has resources for teachers that can print out or assign kids a username and password for kids to log in
Oh, okay.
to the website, and they are able to read a book that's on their level, and they have thousands of books, fiction, nonfiction, all the genres. And so that was something that teachers found useful, and that teachers requested last year that we ask for that. So this year, if they, I don't know if it'll be the same Raz Kids or what, because really they just want input from teachers of what. I don't remember how much money it was. It may have been $500.
Okay.
So.
I mean, is that I haven't heard of it because I teach the math.
Right.
I just didn't know if that was
It's
something
very useful because they can get on their level at home.
Okay.
Right.
So.
Oh, okay. So it's like not just the school thing.
Right.
Okay.
And so you assign what reading, if they do get on it at home, you assign what reading level they're on currently, and they have to read so many books and take so many quizzes on that reading level to then bump them up to the next reading level.
Oh, I gotcha.
They earn stars for quizzes. They can change their little avatar, and there's other things on there that the kids are motivated to.
Okay.
So I know the younger grade levels, that's what their input was last year. But I just want to put that out there to let you think about where we would want. If we want it to go more, I feel like a lot of things are focused on reading. So we're open to the idea of what other resources can we do to supplement math. And
I know I brought up to Kayla the other day the IXL, just to kind of take a look at that and just see if there's money for that. Because I personally like IXL, but I think it would be mainly geared towards 3rd and 4th grade. I don't know if you could do a grade level subscription of that, or 4th grade, or just like number of students per deal. So that might be something we can look into.
Raz Kids is like number of students.
Right. Per membership, per username and login. So you could select who and what. But really the teachers this year, which next year will be different because there's a budget cut in paper. And so I don't know that we'll be able to have unlimited access to printing all the books like we have in the past.
Okay.
So that's the way we've kind of been able to get around it, with not everybody having to have their own login, is we've been able to print out books for each kid to have.
Oh, I gotcha.
Mainly the ones who are below reading level, just so they're reading an on grade level text and moving up as they are going.
Okay.
So that is for the PTA. There's one thing that I went to the district advisory council meeting on March 5th, that we are talking about getting rid of 7 mindsets.
Okay.
And so we are looking at 2 programs that the committee, we had a person come demo both of the programs. So I was just going to show you guys what it looks like, because at our next meeting, I'll have to be providing input about what teachers on campus like better. And so I'll show you what that looks like. So the first one, which, have you guys taught any of the Quavar Ed health lessons?
Yeah, we've done those.
So one of them is Quavar Ed, where what comes with it also that I found interesting that 7 Mindsets doesn't give us access as teachers to do is this intervention piece. So for like students with behaviors or things that we're seeing in the classroom, for support, they have a K through 2 section and a 3 through 5.
Mhm.
So, something that the topics like self-esteem, making good choices, bullying, anger, grief, social skills, academics, whatever it is that you're noticing, they have all these different resources for you to use. Whereas the other one that we're looking at that's called Character Strong,
Mhm.
it's a lot like 7 Mindsets where it's very wordy on each slide. Or I feel like 7 Mindsets, a lot of it's over their head. They don't really
Yeah.
catch on to the quotes and the
Right.
topics that they're
A lot has to be explained.
right. And so Character Strong is similar to that, where all of it is only to take like 5 or 10 minutes. So that's both of them. They both give you information enough to do. If you wanted, like during morning meeting, if you wanted to do parts of the week, it gives you more than 7 Mindsets does, because a lot of teachers can teach the 7 Mindsets for the whole week in just 15 minutes. Whereas both of these give you more than just the 15 minutes if you wanted to have something to do every day. So this Character Strong one, it's more real kids, real people in their videos. It's not very interactive for the kids. It's more teacher-led, where you're at the board reading what it says or your scripted notes.
Right.
Both of them are minimal planning, so you don't have to have, you can do it as you can be reading it as you're teaching it and not have to plan ahead. But if you're familiar with 7 Mindsets, Character Strong is pretty close to that. It just has more, and then it always gives you a book recommendation to pair with it. Whereas if you're familiar with the way the Quavar Ed was structured with the health lessons, this one, it's also has grade level, so 4th grade. If you go to the lesson, so it does lessons 1 through 6, that would be a whole 6 weeks. So lesson 1 would be 1 week.
1 week. 2
Yes, so it gives you the whole guide for it, or we have access to it. And how it works is for morning meeting, it tells you exactly how you can map it out to make it be day by day if you wanted to do 5 to 10 minutes every morning, or if you wanted to jump ahead and do all of them in one morning and take 30 minutes, whichever you would want to do. It gives you that flexibility.
Right.
And then I would say this one is a lot more interactive, but in a character way. Whereas I know kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, they are definitely into the character. I don't know if 4th grade is that intrigued by characters as much, or if they think it's for the babies.
Yeah, they're getting to that point, I think.
Where they're too cool for it. So something about Quavar Ed too is the character that they learn about in kindergarten, Juan, Carlos, Maria, Ashley, those characters, they see them in kindergarten as a kindergarten Carlos, and then by the time they're in 4th grade, they get to see the 4th grade Carlos, 4th grade Ashley. So if we've had it the next 5 years, then kindergarten, by the time they're in 4th grade, they're familiar with those characters. I know that you can do as much with it as you would want or not. So they also give you resources to print out, like worksheets, if you want to have that. Everything is optional. It pretty much gives you a lot more than the 7 Mindsets does. So that's the pro in it. And all you do is launch it, and then it's as interactive as you pressing next. And so they're both different. One of them, like I said, Quavar Ed is more animated, and then the Character Strong is more black and white. It's not black and white because it's colorful, but it's more teach what it says, move. It's not as animated.
Okay.
It's not animated at all, actually.
Can we see, like, just by clicking the video
Yeah.
just a little bit?
So let's see. Which one do you want to see?
Just any of them.
Okay.
So we can kind of see the difference.
Yes. Let's see. That's the empathy song.
And will there be a vote on them, or what are they kind of
So really,
thinking?
right now we have the DAC committee. Will do the final voting, but it's our job to give knowledge to our campus so that it's not our choice. I'm the voice for Sundown, so it's my job to show what's out there.
Okay.
So this would, be the empathy video, which I guess it is animated, but the other one is.
And you wished you had somebody there. Remember a time when you felt small and you needed a friend to break your fall. Try standing in someone else's shoes. Listen up, taking their view. When you see life through their eyes, you might be surprised.
So that's like one of the songs compared to Quavar Ed, which the video the lady showed us in the demo, I don't have full access to that since we haven't purchased the product, but the video she showed was real students being the ones to like sing it or whatever teaching thing they're wanting to do that week. The only one I have access to is the empathy one. But it was like, there wasn't animated things, whereas like this whole Quavar Ed one would be animated.
Okay.
Let me see.
But then part of it was like the real characters.
Well,
Okay.
and then I have limited access, but now this one's showing that Quavar Ed has real people.
Well,
So I
Our
just
kids
clicked
would
on
like
a
that.
random
I think it
one.
would be hard to do something until you could fully see like
Right.
multiple
Right.
different types. So,
And I just have limited access
Yeah.
because I wanted to have at least enough to show you.
right.
So I know that I was gonna see at least
I was gonna say
a
it's
song.
for if it has real people, they would probably
They would be
be
better
entertained.
with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like they still watch Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So it looks like both of them have real people. I think it just depends on what lesson it is.
Mhm.
And like this would be a song for calming down.
When my anger is all bottled up, the words I say won't explain enough.
So this one's kind of boring compared to the ones that the ladies had in the demo.
Mhm.
I felt like were a lot better, but they also had the whole curriculum to pick from,
Mhm.
and I just
Little
picked
snippet.
right.
It's
So
interesting they would put that as the snippet.
I know.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Those
So
songs
they're
are
both
great.
different, and I think some of the younger grades would be more appealed to the Quavar Ed because of the character, but then I think some of the intermediate and third, fourth,
Yeah.
they might be more. So I am just supposed to show you guys what we are gonna be voting for, and then I don't know if they'll send it out to all Canyon staff or if it's just the DAC committee. But I didn't want to just voice my opinion for my personal.
Right.
I wanted to give everybody on our campus a chance to give their input so that I'm being that voice for Sundown, not just Allison.
Mhm.
I do think either one will be more beneficial for them versus what we have currently with the
Mhm.
7 mindsets.
Right.
Mhm.
Because it's more
Yeah.
grade level appropriate.
Right.
So.
Well, that